Hi everyone, Cynthia here. I have a stack of pages to show you. A stack. Honestly, I should have counted them. I don't even know how many I did. I have not made a video in a little while on power scrapping, but I have been power scrapping. So let me show you a couple of pages, and I'm going to try to not make this super long because there's so many pages. I purposely put this page here to show you that there are times that I do pages and I'm really not thrilled about it. When I was done with the page, I almost thought of maybe taking it apart and redoing it, but the truth of the matter is, it is what it is. And looking at it, I would probably definitely do some things different, but I'm going to leave it be. I'm going to move on because I'm reminding myself, and hopefully I'm reminding you all, that not every page needs to be a masterpiece. Okay, so this is a just a single page of my daughter when we were out on the boat. Again, a single page. I like this one a little more. This is a single page of my son last year. I remember, or a year and a half, almost 2 years ago. Remember, I'm really far behind, and so I'm trying to catch up. I do love this stuff. It's a fiber that I got at like a scrapbook convention, and I find myself using it quite a bit lately. It adds a lot of neat texture. This is just a spray that I got, honestly, probably a bajillion years ago. And in order to give it a little bit of a pop of color, I just put these little tiny flowers on there. Even this, I actually took this flower apart and rebuilt it because I didn't want it to be too foofy. And then I put this this little gem in the middle of it. And so I do like this one a little bit better than the one of my daughter. All of the rest of the layouts are double page spreads because I primarily do double page layouts. I just feel like I get more bang for my buck, and I never have to worry about what I'm doing on the other side. Now, here's the thing. I honestly, like I said, I'm still working with page maps. I find page maps to really help me move rather quickly, and the bulk of my page maps are on my Pinterest. I use Pinterest for page maps like crazy. Okay, and just like I had shown you that fiber on that other page, I bought this fiber at the same time. It's really kind of cool. It looks like straw with a little tiny bit of bling to it. My daughter was in Italy last year for Thanksgiving, and her friend, who happened to be her best friend, who happened to be in Spain, they got together for Thanksgiving, and they actually cooked a traditional Thanksgiving meal for the host family that my daughter was staying with in Italy. And the host family really loved Thanksgiving. They had never had stuffing before. And so my daughter, who's a fabulous cook, made a really nice Thanksgiving dinner for them. But the rest of these pictures are of here at my house on Thanksgiving Day. This is a layout. I just have to tell you, this is not very me, this layout. I mean, it's okay, but I don't know. There's something about it that didn't feel like me, but I'm okay with it. I had a lot of fun making this tag. It was a plain tag, and I just kind of went to town stamping and inking, which I love to do that kind of stuff. And this was actually, I think it was like 2 Thanksgivings ago or something like that. I mean, I'm sorry, 2 Halloweens ago. And so, yeah, 2010. That's 3. Oh my gosh. Anyway, there you have it. So, and then I just made this like a little pocket to put the journaling tag in. And I like this. This is a pocket, but I took this pumpkin picture and I cut it in half, and then it filled in for the areas that I needed to make this grid. And then this is this picture over here, I put one of those overlays on top of it to kind of hone in on it. And then this paper, I had 2 pieces of it. which the other piece is over here on this side. So I cut it out and pop dotted it on this side and gave the cat some funky eyes. And then I did some glittery things over here and also sprayed glimmer mist and whatnot. So this one's was a little more work than the other one. This one is probably, I would say, one of the more detailed layouts that I did. This is of my class, of my Bible study class, when we were studying the book of Titus in 2011. And I did use a page map for this, but I wound up changing the page map quite a bit in order for it to accommodate the things that I needed. This paper is in a paper stack that there was only one sheet of it, and I loved it because it had the clock and the butterfly and everything. So what I did was, in the paper stack, I found one that was close to it, and then I took the elements and doubled it. So wait a minute, let me rephrase that. There were two sheets of the exact same paper, okay? But it would have meant everything was on one side. So the film strip would have been over here. So what I did was I took the piece of paper, the second piece of paper, I cut the elements out that I wanted, and so I put, doubled it over here to make it look like it was continuing. I took this clock, which, would have been over here, or over here, and I cut it out and I pop dotted that as well. And then the same thing with the butterfly, and I actually did quite a bit to this butterfly. I UT'd it, and I stamped and I glittered and all that other stuff. And if you look under here, you can see it's quite a plain butterfly. And then I just did a whole bunch to it. And then the same thing with the clock. I put a cog and some hands to try to make it look a little more realistic. And then this title right here, this is one of those wonderful wooden, design elements that I took and I cut out the title on my Cricut, and then I put paper behind it, and then I put glossy accents in it, and I let it dry overnight. And that's how I wound up with it. Now, here's the thing. I really had a lot of pictures from this class. And so what I did, and I kind of do this quite a bit, I'll be honest with you, so I'm sure you've seen it on some of my other layouts, but what I do is I just make a huge page pocket so I don't have to make an entire other double page layout. And I just make a pocket by adding some paper to the back, make it a little smaller. And then I make a pocket. And then that way I have, without having to design a whole other page, I have, it's very plain, as you can tell. Now, here's the thing I do want to tell you, and I recently just found this, and I'm so happy I found these. On clearbags.com, which I've used for years, I love that company. They're amazing service, amazing products. They have these they're like little clear envelopes, okay? Now, I've always used them when I was teaching classes. They're 12 and a quarter by 12 and a quarter for page kits. But they have this size. I think I'm not exactly sure the size. It's 10 something. Hold on. I'll tell you. It is, and I'm going to tell you why that's important. It's like 10 and almost 10 and a half by 11. Okay, here's why. Because when I make these pockets, sometimes what happens is if you put a little element, they get stuck. And even the picture itself, if it's popping out just a tiny little bit, like in the corner, when you're sliding it in and out of the back of your pocket, they get caught quite a bit. And I've been looking for a sleeve for a long time and happened to be on Clear Bags for totally something different, and stumbled upon these and thought, in the future, since I make my pocket pages, I tend to make them almost 11 inches, whatever, this is 10 and a half. In the future, I'll purposely cut these pages this size so that I have a nice pocket, a nice sleeve to put them in, and it will also protect them when people are touching them in the future. And I have to tell you, my problem of sliding them in is gone now. So I can highly recommend that sleeve for you if you're somebody who wants to maybe try to get a whole bunch of pages done without having to do a whole other design element. It works out great, and I really only needed one double page layout for this. And again, like I said, I used a page map, but I did change it up a little bit. And here I put the ever popular banner, but then instead I put this Bible verse from Titus. He saved us not on the basis of deeds which we have done in righteousness, but according to his mercy by the washing and regeneration and renewing by the Holy Spirit, Titus 3:5. And so that was the verse that I chose as my key verse there. And, okay, I purposely put this one next to show you the difference. This other page that I just showed you, my Titus page, probably took me 2 or 3 hours. And one day I came in, it was 8:30 at night, and I was like, I'm gonna get a page done, and I'm gonna do it in the next like half hour. And I clocked myself, and I did this page in 23 minutes. So nothing fancy about it. I realize that, but I need to get my pages done. I need to get caught up. And so that's what I did. 23 minutes, not too bad. I didn't ink anything. I even like used my own handwriting and journaling, which I am a firm believer of. These were like, you know, pre-cut and pre-glittered. And I used a page map, and within no time I got the page done. And I'm just gonna let the pictures speak for themselves. Okay, the next layout again is a page map, and really, to be honest with you, I won't keep repeating myself. I used all page maps. Everything here is page maps. And in page maps, I mean, I changed them up, but at least I have a springboard. So this was, this took me maybe an hour, maybe. And I just followed the page map and changed things up a little bit, and then I put a little bit of glitter here to make it look watery. And this is Hope Sound in right around West Palm Beach. My family and I just took a day and we went up there because we live in the Fort Lauderdale area. And again, Hope Sound. And I even, like this I cut out on my Cricut, but the lighthouse I got, it's like a Jolie's or something like that. And I glimmer misted this, and again, pretty simple. And then I just cut out some waves and stuck a little boat there. Used my handwriting. I'm a firm believer in handwriting on your pages as well. And then I love to do this when you have like pictures that are maybe a little tiny and the rest of it's not that great. Kind of use it like an element. Use your pictures like a design element. So I think at the bottom here there was something different on the page map, and I used pictures instead. Okay, now this one I definitely put a little more time, and the point to this is to show you that some of my pages I spend more time and other pages I don't. This is Trevi Fountain. I'm all over the place, as you can tell, with what I'm scrapping. I'm just grabbing pictures and trying to get some stuff done. Now, I want to talk with you for a brief minute about bad pictures, okay? It just so happened that when we went to Italy last year, of course, Trevi Fountain had to be under major construction. So I could not get a full picture of Trevi Fountain. So I went on the web and I got a picture and printed it out and put it there. Which I'm totally comfortable doing. The rest of the pictures are my pictures. So the rest of the pictures I took. But they're all from this side right here, over here, because this entire front face right here was being worked on. And so know that like if you wind up going to a place and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm totally not thrilled with the pictures, you can do that. You can go on the internet and print it. And I printed it in photo paper. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter to me that I didn't take that picture. It doesn't. What really matters to me is that I definitely have pictures of, my family. Now, this picture right here, as you can tell, it's all the way over to that side there because I was trying to get the fountain in there, but starting over here is where the construction was. And you can see that here, and that's what I wanted to show you. All right, so this picture, we asked somebody to take it for us. My husband, who was with us, the crowd was so bad at Trevi Fountain, he didn't even want to go down to try to get the picture taken because we had to weave through people like you would not believe. When we got down though, we asked somebody to take a picture of us, and the picture was terrible. It was a horrible picture. So I went about cropping it, and I kept asking her, you know, can you try to make sure not to get the construction in? Now she did get the construction in. You can see the scaffolding there. But what I wanted to show you is whenever you have a less than perfect picture, a great thing to do is cover part of the picture. So unless I told you that that's all scaffolding right there, you probably wouldn't have paid too much attention to it. So keep in mind that you can use your design elements to cover parts of the picture that you're not too pleased with, and then crop it for the rest. This right here, my friends kind of laughed at me. I wanted something to look like a waterfall spray, and this is actually 3 sprays that I cut into several pieces to make it look like that. So keep in mind that when you have a swirl of some sort, you're not stuck with it exactly the way that it is. You can cut them and restructure them to make them work for how you want them to work. So I wound up being very pleased with the layout, but it did take me some hunting and pecking to get some things done. And then these here are just wooden, those wooden pieces that I painted and then glimmer misted and then inked. And that's why I like to buy elements that have not yet been colored, because you can color them to make them however it is that you want. Okay, now the last 2 layouts I wanted to share with you. My daughter did most of it. This layout right here, we found a page map, and then she did it, okay? And I wanted to, this went together very quickly, very, very quickly, because she has a lot of pictures from her 18th birthday. Now she's gonna be 23 tomorrow, so that shows you how far behind we are. So we're trying to get these pages done, but again, you know, we want them to be nice, but they don't have to be a masterpiece. And so this is fantastic. She got a great picture of her up here with 6 pictures here, and then this actually pulls out, and that's 2 more pictures. And she did a murder mystery, and this was her character. She was Anne Bonny for her character, and so that's the actual transcript for the murder mystery of hers. And I wanted to also share with you this right here, and that is this company. Look at that really neat boat. Okay, I bought that at a scrapbook convention, and they are an amazing company that I thought I would tell you about. They sell these, and I have no stock in this business, but they're a fantastic family company, and they have all these really the most intricate and beautiful die cuts I've ever seen. And you know, I own all these Cricut cartridges, and yes, I can really do some fantastic things with them, but the truth of the matter is the amount of detail my Cricut could never do. And it's this company called Paper Wizard, and their website, if you ever want to check them out, and by the way, their selection is phenomenal, especially on places that you could travel. Amazing, amazing. But their website is www.paperwiz.net. And so I thought I'd put a plug in for them because their product is really fantastic. I really love them. And like I said, I mean, I don't know if you can see that net, but look at the net, the detail, and that's all paper. And it's really, honestly, high quality paper. It's really very well done. Their customer service is fantastic. It's a husband and wife team. And if you ever have a problem with your order, oh my goodness. One time I placed an order with them, and a week or 2 had gone by. I contacted them and asked them where my order was. They apologized and said, oh my gosh, it kind of slipped through the cracks. We're so sorry. And when they rushed my order to me, they put in a whole bunch of goodies as an apology, which I thought was very, very sweet. Really fantastic customer service. And then finally, this was another murder mystery that she did. This was her graduation party that she had. It was the end of school for her, and so she just had a graduation party. Now, my daughter did this page. I went, and within like a half hour, I chose a page map, and I designed, like, so the page map had like these boxes, okay? And then with this, it had paper here, and it had this marquee here. And then you kind of choose where you want to put various pieces of paper. I chose my spots. I went to bed. When I was getting ready to go to bed, she said, "Do you mind if I mess with that a little bit?" And I said, "No, have at it. I mean, fantastic." And so within a half hour or so, she created all of the design elements on this layout. I love that she put this lasso around the R, and then she used a sticker that actually, I think it said cowboy, and so she cut the W out and, and used that W like that and made it, called it Western Party, okay? And fantastic picture of her. Then she took a playing card, which I think is really neat, the Queen of Hearts. She took a playing card and she made like a little pinwheel out of it, which I think was a neat concept. And within no time had this page done with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pictures. And I love this. On this side, she took playing cards. She made this pocket that looks like denim, and this looks like leather. And she put playing cards in there, which I think is pretty neat. And then I love that she journaled in her own handwriting and put some funny Western quotes like, "A closed mouth gathers no boots," or "It doesn't take a very big person to carry a grudge," or "Never miss a good chance to shut up," that kind of stuff. So there you have it. That's what I've been doing. It's all power scrapping. Like I said, those 2 layouts I probably spent a couple of hours on, but the rest of them, for the most part, a half hour to an hour in an attempt to get them done. I'm enjoying the process, I am, but every now and then, I'll spend a couple of hours and do some fancy schmancy stuff, but I'm not beating myself up. I'm allowing myself to enjoy the process and to get things done without thinking that every page has to be a masterpiece. My goal, if you recall, at the beginning of the year in January, when I had printed out all the pictures, was to be caught up. Truth of the matter is, I'm probably not even halfway there. So since this is the month of November, I won't be caught up, but I am certainly headed in the right direction. So thanks for taking a look at my layouts. I hope you enjoyed them, and I hope they inspire you to get some pages done. God bless you guys.